Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. To what time y'all watching this video, so I make sure I get all of the things in there. So, how y'all doing out there? This your boy James Brown, JB, the relationship doctor, coming back at you with another episode. I still haven't got everything together yet. I'm still making these videos despite I want to have specifics that I want to address, but I'm just shooting off the hip. I'm just shooting right off the hip. I'm not, this isn't scripted. This isn't, drafted previously. I'm just coming to you how I feel it to this day, day by day as I come. Just talking about relationships, of course, because I'm the relationship doctor. Now, I've talked about this before about being compatible. Compatibility is a key. You don't want to get relationships. That's what in a relationship part is you be with a woman. You trying to get with a woman, or you just having homies, hangout buddies, or whatever. You want to be compatible. You want to all like the same thing. If you get in a relationship with a woman and you just get with her because she got a nice butt or some nice breasts or she's pretty or whatever, 9 times out of 10 this is not going to work, because that's not a relationship. That's sex. That's a sexual relationship. That's something totally different. If that's what you're looking for, I advise you to let the other person know. Let's look. Hey, I like the way you look. I like that, but the only thing I'm attracted to is you, your butt, your breasts, or you pretty. I want you, as arm candy or something like that, because you're gonna be in a whole big bunch of mess when it comes down. That's why you wonder why you see these guys get with these women and have babies by them, and then they break up a little bit after, or a year, whatever, and it's no relationship. It was just sex, and you done had a baby now. Now you're gonna be with you have a baby by a woman that you never knew. You didn't really care for in the beginning. Care for as far as you don't want nothing to happen to her, but as far as y'all wasn't mated, y'all didn't have nothing in common, so it didn't grow. It actually went backwards, because she wanted to go to Disney World and you wanted to go to the Super Bowl, for vacation. She didn't want to go there. She was like, "Oh, you know nothing about football," or you want to go to the certain things. Y'all separate because y'all not compatible. Regardless, whatever. You might like ribs. She might like to eat healthy. And you knew that, but you overlooked it. You understand what I'm saying? You overlooked them things, like, cause I've done this in the past. A lot of these experiences, these things I'm bestowing upon y'all, is gifts, cause I already did it. Been there, done that. And I know people, and I've observed relationships that been there, done that didn't work. So if I haven't experienced this, I've experienced it in a way where I've seen other relationships not work because of this. And this is what I'm giving you. This is why I'm the relationship doctor. Because even if I haven't experienced it, I've experienced it far as people coming to me, telling me things over the past 40 years. 45 years of experience dealing with different relationships. Even when I would see my mother and my siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles in relationship. That's why I say 45 years. Even though I was 10 years old, I watched this. Then I seen certain things. I didn't know anything at 10 years old, but as I got older, then I was like, okay, this is why this is what's going on. This is what happened. This is why this didn't work. This is why they always arguing, because you look at compatibility. You know what I mean? For instance, and we talk about good compatibility. We're not talking about y'all both like weed. That's not compatible. That's just y'all getting high. Because when the smoke clears, you ain't got nothing in common. You know what I'm saying? How about, let's like when I used to drink back in the day. So I was compatible with women that drunk and smoked cigarettes, you know, hanging out in bars and stuff like that. When I stopped drinking and smoking cigarettes and the smoke cleared, we had nothing in common. It was like night and day. I went from night to day. I seen the light, and I ain't had nothing to do with no woman. I didn't even like women that smoke and drink. Be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't hold that against them as far as them as human beings. But as far as my mate, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I will tolerate some drinking. Like if they drink sociably, as far as, and you say, what's socially? You know, people always say, oh, I'm a social drinker. Moderately, like every now and then have a glass of wine. Not get drunk. Not every party they go to, they drinking. Sometimes they might have something to drink every now and then. Sometimes they might order a cocktail to lighten up to get through the day or something like that. That's very periodically. That's not every weekend. It's not a social drinker. Every weekend you drink. Because I used to drink. That's how I started. I started, getting drunk on the weekends and stuff like that. And then eventually it turned into the weekdays as I got older. You know what I mean? As I grew in it. So you're not going to, alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, you're going to grow in a bad way. It's not you're going to start off big and go slow. You're going to start off small, and you're going to eventually, your body's going to tolerate it more, and it's going to be, it's not going to have the same effect, so you're going to need more and more and more and more, and it's going to wear off, it's going to be your go-to to when things get rough. So when people have oh man, I need a drink. Oh, I had a rough day. Deal with it. I have a rough day every one day. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? I deal with it now. You know what I'm saying? I seen the light. But like I said, I don't knock anybody. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I've been there, done that, so it's no use to me going back there or being around anybody like that. I've grown out of it, and I've seen the light. So when somebody it's like somebody I'm not down on nobody that did that, because I've drunk and smoked cigarettes, but it's just like, for instance, I'm not down on them, but it's just like somebody that smoked crack and they stopped smoking crack. Should they still be hanging around their crack friends? They don't down the crackhead friends, but they just can't associate with them. Maybe because they might relapse for one. I don't have that problem, but it's nothing in common when you have that type of, because it's certain behaviors that come with that. So if I be with somebody that drink, I used to be obnoxious. I used to get drunk and argue and stuff like that sometimes. You get them beer muscles. So I know, and I don't want to tolerate people who go, you don't love me, and get emotional and all that crazy stuff. I don't like that. I don't want to be around that. Been there, done that. I've done it. I've been obnoxious. I probably ruined a lot of relationships in my past. I know I have. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'd have been a better person and not done it, they would have been a lot better. Even though I had other issues too, infidelity issues, that I'll address that in another video. We talking about now compatibility. So you want somebody, if a person, it's like you'll see relationships where you got, the woman might be very intelligent and the man might be, I'm not going to use the word dumb. I'm not going to use the word not as intelligent, not as informative as a normal person would be, because you got levels. You got regular, I say you just, regular, your ABCs, you got your high diploma don't mean nothing. I know a lot of people got diplomas is just messed up, but just regular common knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You know how to do certain things. You regular. Somebody asks you to do something, you don't have to ask a bunch of questions, and it's something regular. Unless it was something crazy technology wise, then they have a problem. This regular. Hey, just sit here, observe the cameras. You see something, you write down what's going on. That's regular. You know what I'm saying? You need help with that. Then something, then you need help. You need help because it's regular things not to pay attention and follow just regular rules. This ain't rocket scientists here. You know what I'm saying? You see something going on, you observe, you inform your supervisor, you call the police if you think it's a threat or something like that. You get the police, you get the ambulance, you see somebody hurting. If you need somebody to tell you these things, then because there's people that need this, or they're just a little they're a little mental. I don't want to say retardation, but that's part of mental health, I guess. I don't know. That's the only word I know. They're a little slow. How about that? They're a little slow. So if it's through a medical problem where they slow, or they just been around so much stuff that they didn't catch up. Like some people that sit around and play video games all day, smoke weed all day, and it slowed them up. They fried their brain cells. Now that's something somebody bestowed upon themselves. That's not something that you was born like that. Somebody born like that, then is the schools. They went to schools. They should have went to schools where they helped them, where they can get to a certain level. Because the brain, as long as you have a brain that's working, it could be trained to do certain things. They train apes to speak and do things, human things. They're not human. They could do that. They could train any brain that's functional to do regular tasks. You know what I'm saying? So then you got, like I said, you got people that's born like that. So there's special tasks for them. You don't down those people. You just help them. You see they need help. They might be a little slow at certain things. So you just help them, and but you gotta be able to recognize it. Some people, just look at everybody in the same situation like, oh, you just dumb, or what's wrong with you? No, it's people that's born, unfortunately, that things may have happened to them. They might have had some trauma come upon them in a lifetime. So you have to be very sympathetic. You have to be sympathetic to everybody, even the ones that did fry their brains on drugs and alcohol or whatever the case may be, because we all could have been down that road. We got siblings that's down that road. So you don't want nobody to talk about your siblings that might have had unfortunate accident when they was a baby. Sometimes the doctor they gotta force them out with those clamps and take them out, and they can have brain damage, or they could have just been, born mentally ill. That's God's will. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. We don't question God. So, but we help each other out as human beings. So, but back to the subject at hand, compatibility. That goes with compatibility too. If you can't deal with somebody that's maybe a little not as fast as you are, ain't no sense of getting in that relationship so you can down them and ridicule them. Let them be with somebody that's compatible with them, or somebody that's more sympathetic, that just love them for themselves and not for what happened to them, or what the mental incapacities that they have. So don't get with nobody that's a little slow, because I've done that in the past. I've got with women that wasn't, there was a couple of spark plugs wasn't working in them, and I ridiculed them, like saying certain things that was demeaning. I wouldn't say nothing like that now. I'm a different person. I've evolved. I've grown. That's one thing. This is about evolving. This is about growing. I want you to take a look at what I'm saying, so you can see that you don't have to stay dormant in the same place. That it's going to be a growth promise. You're not going to be the same person. I was horrible 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I would ridicule women, ridicule men. I would ridicule everybody. I was angry. and now I'm a better person. I'm more, and I have a program that I follow. I go to bed at a certain time. I don't play around. I don't play with my job because what happens if I don't get the adequate enough sleep, I'm gonna be tired. So you have to program yourself. You have to make yourself better. I don't get angry like I used to because I'm in the public. I deal with public people, so I deal with people that want to say and do some idiotic things sometimes. Some things that if you can't handle it, you don't need to be. I see people in customer service shouldn't be nowhere near customer service. They should be a boxer or, you know what I mean, somebody working a metal ward where they can, be aggressive and stuff like that. I don't even think not in a metal ward because you gotta be compassionate. Somewhere where you gotta be aggressive, you know what I mean. But like this customer service is not a aggressive job. It's about listening to people and helping them and trying to find them solutions to problems. So, with that being said, you get in a relationship, getting somebody that's compatible with you. If y'all always arguing all day, every day, all night, that's toxic. That's horrible. I've been in those relationships that every day we arguing about something with one another, we're not getting along, texting each other, going to work angry, she going to work angry. I'm you know what I mean? That's not something that, why would you want to be in something like that? Oh, but I love her. No, you don't love her. No, you don't. If you love somebody, you will get better. You will say, hey, look, baby, we arguing every day. Just write down what we arguing about and just fix this thing. Or you're not compatible in the first place. Y'all don't share the same ideas. Sharing the same ideas is why you're arguing all the time. Because if you had the same ideas, you wouldn't be arguing. Because her mind would be your mind, your mind would be her mind. Friends that you deal with on your homies. If y'all all had the same mind, y'all all had peace and love in your hearts, then y'all wouldn't want to argue. So if you got peace and love and the other one is kind of aggressive, those that's two friends that's not going to match. Two homies not going to match. If one homie like talking about people and another homie has compassion for people, that's two ends of a different stick. Y'all not compatible. So why would you sit there? You sit there like, oh man, here you go. He gonna talk about. Oh, here you go. He gonna do this. Here you go. He gonna. Oh boy, here we go. When you keep having them, oh boy, here we goes. That means y'all not compatible because you don't like something that the other person does or does all the time. So that's the opposite of compatibility. Compatibility is y'all complement each other. You like the way, because a person that carry themselves in a certain way, they're going to do the right thing at the end of the day. They're going to apologize. If they're wrong, they're going to apologize. You don't have to. I've been in relationships where the person didn't want to apologize when they was wrong. When they found out, they was wrong, they didn't want to say, you know what, I was wrong. I apologize. The ego was crushed, and they didn't want to let me know that they was crushed. You know what I mean? They wasn't going to give me, the benefit of the doubt and admit that they was wrong. So you don't want that. Being the best person. Sometimes we need to work on ourselves alone. Like regular people, regular situations, like don't, if you got friends or something like that, and you grew up with them and stuff like that, it's hard to let go of these things and stuff like that. Or if you're in a relationship, you just don't want to just be like, look, I'm out. Try to grow though. We sometimes need to work on ourselves. We need to just say, let me work on myself. Let me be the better person. And then maybe it's me the reason why this relationship is going on. And then when you work on yourself, you have compassion, you changing, you being more of a talker, you communicating with your mate or your homies, your homegirls, whatever the situation may be. You find yourself, then you look, you say, okay, I'll become a better person. I'm not talking about people, whatever. Then you have to. It might hurt. It's not never. Nothing is never easy when you lose somebody or you have to leave somebody or that you've been with for a long time or something like that. But in order to grow, you're going to have to take off those lesions. You're going to have to take off those what they call them, the blood sucking things. What you know what I'm talking about? The things that sucking off your blood. They sucking off your energy. They sucking off you from being a better person, a better person. So you're going to have to rip those things off. They sucking the life force out of you. They sucking the good energy out of you. They keeping you dormant in that same place that you were, and you trying to change from that person, trying to change from that weed head, trying to change from that alcoholic, trying to change that person talking about somebody, trying to change from that person not being compassionate and understanding people's different situations. You're trying to change from being living paycheck to paycheck, and you want to save money. And this other person likes to spend, and they always say, "Come on, you gotta live a little. You gotta have a work, play balance, and all that stuff." No, you gotta save some money. So in case of situation, I know plenty of people that had situations. I had a relationship years ago, a long time ago, where I always saved my money. I was frugal. I saved my money and stuff like that. The other person made more money than me. Spend. Situation occurred where they needed a couple $1,000s, and they knew I had it, and I was like, no, because first of all, the person that I was dealing with, they had a thing. I knew then that you'll see it on Judge Mathis and things like that too. You'll see it on Judge Mathis, People's Courts. Y'all be friends. Person don't like you said, y'all got an argument. Now the person don't want to pay you back their money. They don't want to talk to you or whatever. This is the way that person was. That they will use that. They will do it spitefully, purposely, not to pay you your money. They will you'll get angry and then break up for a minute and not or might break up for good or whatever, and they won't pay you your money or whatever spitefully. And that's what that person was. So I was like, no. Listen, I always teach. It's better if somebody asks you for a significant amount of money, girlfriend, wife, whatever, and you don't have it or they not good for it, and you feel as though it's going to cause an argument and you're not going to get your money, don't do it. Because what's going to happen is they're going to leave you anyway. They don't understand that. With or without your money, if it's your money you worked hard for, if it's your money it's something different, but if it's your money you worked hard for and you ain't got it to give, don't let it. If you ain't got it to where you ain't gonna be angry if this person ain't gonna pay you back, and you ain't gonna feel no type of way, it ain't gonna hurt you, ain't gonna feel like, I knew I shouldn't have done that, or you feeling some type of way about it, don't give it to them. Don't lend it to them. Don't do nothing. I always follow this golden rule I learned a long time. You ain't got to give. Don't do it. Because what happens is that person got your money. Y'all mad at each other. Y'all not talking. But you angry. But they got your money. Yeah, they not talking to you, but they ain't lose nothing. They got your money. So now you gonna want to go upside their head or break their window or do something violent, and it's gonna cause more trouble. Because now they're gonna say, "Now I really ain't paying your money because you didn't broke my window. I gotta pay for my window." So it makes no sense. If you ain't got it to give, where it don't hurt. Like if they need 1,000, if you got 100 to spare, I got 100, and you can have it though. You know what I mean? Or you can say, "Here, we go 100. You give it back." Take your time, give it back, or when you get on your feet, or whatever. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna hurt where you're gonna be like, remember that 100 I gave you 4 months ago? And it's gonna turn into an argument. Don't even give them that. Don't give up nothing, because that's your peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? That's your peace of mind that's being violated. that's being corrupted. Why you want to do that? It's basically you doing it to yourself. You're hurting yourself. If it's going to hurt you later on, where it's going to cause a problem, then you causing a problem later on. You might as well let that person let you go right then and there. Oh, you can't lend me 200. You can't give me 100. Oh, then we through. Then you through, but you still got your money and you still got your sanity. You know what I mean? Don't do nothing. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Give it to them, and then till you already see how that person was, so they'll break up with you for anything. They'll start talking with you for anything. If it's over money, they're gonna start talking with you. They're gonna start. Just imagine you did something else. You know what I'm saying? Or you ask for your money later on, they'll be like, oh, you swept me over $100. You supposed to be my so-and-so, or you supposed to be my homie, you swept me. So they still got your money. So you might as well break up and you keep your money and they keep their attitude and let them go. You know what I mean? Trust me, I've seen it a million times. You watch the People's Court, you watch Judge Mathis, you'll see it all the time. Don't give nobody no money unless you want to give it to them. When you have peace and it keeps your peace until you learn how to to whatever you learn in the future, as you want to be a humanitarian or whatever, and giving people thousands of dollars or something, you got it like that. But if you ain't built like that now, don't do it. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt the relationship, and you might as well keep your money and dissolve the relationship where y'all owe each other nothing. Back to compatibility. That's one thing about compatibility. If y'all really had the same heart and mind and soul, you wouldn't be worried about lending no money, because that person would know that you ain't got to ask them to pay you back, because that person is compatible with you and they're sincere, and no matter what the situation is, like I'm the type, I don't care if I'm mad at you or whatever, I'm paying your money back. I'm gonna pay you back faster. Matter of fact, if we got in an argument where we broke up or something like that, and I owed a woman, which was it's not gonna happen, but this hypothetically saying, and if I owed that the homie or somebody money, I don't borrow money. That's why I just don't borrow. But if somebody give me something, they give it to me, but I don't ask for it and I don't borrow. So, if it had to occur, if it was to occur, and I borrowed money from them and I owed them money or whatever, I owed them whatever, and we broke up, and I told them I was gonna pay them, I'm gonna pay them fast. I'm gonna go try to borrow from somebody that's I'm cool with. I wouldn't borrow. Like I said, I don't borrow, but I'm saying I would want to. I'll go to a family member that I was close with and say, hey, I owe my ex. We broke up, so I owe 500. Can I borrow 500 to pay her to get out of my life, because I don't want to talk to her, see her anymore, blah blah blah. This to show, look, I don't want your money. You know what I mean? Don't call me nothing. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you have breakups. She might do something, or you might do something, or whatever the case that the breakup occurred. You have to it was toxic. So it might turn into an argument or something like that, where you don't need those problems. You have to move on. Put a smile on your face, and don't be going back telling people that it's going to get back to them. If you tell somebody that y'all both know, a lot of people know that. They be like, oh, I know they're going to sit back and tell them, oh, I got a new, or try to be funny, get a new woman, a new man to flaunt, and be like, look who I'm with now. They much better. No, they're not. You don't even know him. You've been with this guy 7 years, and now you met a man in 1 month, and now he's all that. You don't know. You was the same way she felt about you when you first met her. Oh, it's my new homie. It's my new honey. He's all that. Same thing she said about you. But 7 years later, she ain't saying the same thing. 10 years later, she ain't saying the same thing. 4 years later, she ain't saying the same thing. So that's why people get with people, and they get with them to try to show that I got with somebody else that's better, but they don't even know that person to be better. They've been with that person 1, 2, 3 months, and now they making them the best thing since sliced pie, or he making her. Oh, she's all that. Oh, she don't do what so and so do. She's kind. She rubbed my feet. She rubbed my back. So that she got tired. Women change. Men change. People change. People evolve. So that's why compatibility is important. So you will know that's just I say a person is who they are. That's who they are. If they mean to other people, and nice to you, they gonna be mean to you one day. They gonna be nasty to you one day. If they talk about other people, they talk about you. Gonna talk about you one day. So a person is who they are. If a person don't like to cook or lazy or whatever, that's just who they are. You know what I mean? So you don't be surprised later on, be like, oh, he was lazy or she was lazy. You met them like that. You know what I'm saying? You knew who they was. Would you expect them to change because they met you? They was especially if they was adults. That's who they are. So stop picking and choosing people that you don't agree with just because he might look good or she might look good or they got a good reputation of being this, but you don't like this about them. You got to be compatible. Compatibility is the key to the relationship. This is the Relationship Doctor. I'm going to get on you. I'll be back with another video probably tomorrow night. So peace and blessings to you. Have a good night, morning, or evening.